Rihanna rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't she love her? Takes to the sky like a bird in flight, and who will be?
Hi guys, so today I'm doing a video on my tips on how to get long hair. I am cutting my hair tomorrow. Right now it is almost at my hip bones. My hip bones are like right there. And I am getting a significant amount cut off, probably about like that much or so. So I thought it would be appropriate to do this video now. So yeah, I'm just going to start with the products that I use, and then I'll get on to like tips that I have on like things that I do to my hair to kind of keep it healthy and to grow it. And yeah. So first I'll start with shampoo. I just use drugstore shampoo. This is the Herbal Essences Body Envy Volumizing Shampoo and Conditioner. I buy these at Costco. These are like 1.18 liter bottles because my hair is so long that I go through shampoo and conditioner like it's my job. So I use way too much product in my hair, and way more than I should probably, but these are about $11 or so for the really big bottles, which is pretty affordable, and it smells really good. I wash my hair every other day, so that's another tip to do. It's really bad for you to wash your hair every day because it will start to get greasier and greasier. I know a lot of people say, oh, my hair is like really greasy, like I have to wash it every day, but what's causing that much grease is that you are washing your hair every day, because if you think about it, your shampoo kind of clears the buildup and stuff like that that's on your scalp. So if you're getting rid of like grease that is like natural oils that are in your scalp, and you're always stripping that down, your body's going to think that you're missing oils in your hair and your scalp, so it's just going to create more and more oil in your hair, which is causing that everyday grease looking hair. Okay, so right when I get out of the shower, before I comb it or do anything, I use the BioSilk Silk Therapy Serum, and this bottle you can get it at hairdressers, you can get it at some Walmarts have it, Trade Secrets has it, Shoppers Drug Mart has it. It's really easy to find. Also, I got this one at Winners for $19.99. Normally these are about $35 for these really big bottles, but if you go to Winners or Marshall's, if you go to Marshall's or Winners or something like that, sometimes they do have them, so keep an eye out for it. The way that I apply this is I actually put a little bit onto my palms, and I will just kind of like rub my hands together and concentrate more on like the end pieces of my hair, and then whatever I have left over on my hands, I'll just kind of like rub through the rest of my hair, kind of like that, just to kind of clean my hands really and to not waste any product. So I'll just kind of put that on the rest of my hair. After I'm done applying that, I use the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. In my past few videos I have raved about this. I'll put my review on it up here. I do have a full video on just this one product, and it is really good. So what I will do is I will actually put all my hair back and just spray it on top, like going like that. That way I get kind of like the pieces that are in the back, and I will actually add some into my hand and just pump it out, and then rub my hands in it and just apply that into my hands. So the next thing I do is going to sound a little bit crazy, but I use the Macadamia Natural Oil Deep Repair Mask, and it smells incredible. It reminds me of summer, and it smells really good. So the way that I apply this is I use this about every 2 or 3 weeks, and I will actually like wash my hair at night, like right before I go to bed. So I'll wash it normally, and then instead of putting those two products in my hair, what I will do is I will grab some of this onto my hand, and I'll concentrate more so on the ends. Grab the rest of my hair. This already has like the product in it, and I'll just grab it and wrap it around my hand like that, and just twist it like this so that it's kind of like in this little bun type thing, and then I will put a shower cap on it and sleep on it, and then the next morning I'll wash it off. I do this on a night that I make sure that I have enough time to have wet hair and style it or whatever in the morning. So and the next morning you just kind of like rinse it off in the shower. But the shower caps that I use are from the dollar store, and these are just like the disposable kind. These are $1.25 for 10, and they look like little bags like this. You could also use a plastic bag if you really wanted to, and like some tape or something, but I just find that this is a lot more convenient, and it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's $1.25 for 10, and you only do it every 2 or 3 weeks. You could do it once a month if you really wanted to, but that's just something I do to keep my hair healthy. It's going to be really obvious. You've heard this a million times, and it is to avoid heat in your hair. I rarely ever use heat on my hair, maybe like once a month, not even. I only use it for special occasions like Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's Day, or if I don't know, if I'm doing something special, I guess. This is my natural hair, so it is really, really straight to begin with, so I'm lucky enough that I don't have to use a lot of heat on my hair. But if you are going to use heat on your hair, definitely a heat protectant is really, really important, and I use the Tresemme Heat Tamer Spray, and it is really, really cheap. You can get it at any drugstore for about $3 or $4, and it lasts a really long time. So you just kind of like spray it all over your hair. I mostly concentrate on the ends. I add extra product to my ends because they are the ones that are exposed to heat longer than the rest of your hair, because if you think about it, this bits of hair at the top have only been growing for a little while. Meanwhile, the ones at the bottom of your hair have been on your head for a really long time, so they've been exposed to a lot of heat. I do use heat on my hair. I definitely use some form of like healing product in my hair so that it kind of like protects it and heals any damage that I may have caused from using heat on my hair. So I use the Macadamia Healing Oil Spray. I know they have this in like an actual oil bottle, so like you pour it like kind of like the the Moroccan oil type thing, but I find that my hair is too like thin and it's too long and it's just going to weigh it down, so I just use the spray. But I never ever use a spray into my hair directly because it's just gonna like, it's going to be really spotty, and like you don't really want that in your hair, that some areas will have the product and some will. So to make it really even as well, I put it onto my hands a few times and then I rub it in my hands and then just run it through my hair, and I find that that's the way that it works best. Another tip that I have is to eat a lot of healthy foods. I would be lying to you if I said that I do eat a lot of healthy foods and it helps my hair in particularly, because I eat so much sugar and junk food that it's not even funny. But if you are somebody that is really into like healthy foods and stuff, it will help your hair immensely, and I wish I was one of those people that liked a lot of like healthy foods, but I'm like way too picky for that. So not that it's very common now, at least where I live, to be spending a lot of time outside because it's like -25 and freezing outside. But in the summertime in particularly, if you're going to be out in the wind, kind of like convertibles or boats or riding your bike, rollerblading, whatever you do outside, it is really important to kind of tie your hair back in like a braid or a bun, because your hair will damage it with it flying in the wind. If you think about like a flag, like those really old flags that have been up on a pole for like 20 years and the ends are all like distressed and damaged and ugly and stringy, that's what's going to happen to the tips of your hair, and you don't really want the like really old flag looking ends, you know what I mean? So tying it back into like a bun or a braid or something will kind of keep your hair healthy if you're going to be out in the wind for a long period of time. Regularly is also really important for your hair. Again, I would be lying if I say that I do this. I get my hair cut about once or twice a year, which is really, really, really bad, and I don't recommend that you guys do that because your hair will grow faster if you cut it. And I know you guys are thinking, no, that's a lie, your hair grows from your roots, not from your tips, but your hair does grow from your roots, like you're right, it does grow from your roots, but your hair, you won't notice a change or growth in your hair if your ends keep breaking off because they are so damaged. So if you keep your ends healthy, you will notice a change and you will see your hair growing. Okay, so like I don't know how legit this is, but this is just something that I find in my hair, that I will never ever wear fleece in my tops, mainly because I feel like it just adds so much static, because fleece is such a staticky material, and static creates dryness because it's caused by dryness, which is going to make my hair really, really dry and brittle. So I like rarely ever use fleece. I do have a fleece bathrobe that I only use when it's like incredibly cold in my house, but I would never ever in a million years, I would rather be freezing than use this when my hair is wet. I find that if I use, so I'm gonna throw that on the ground. If I use fleece when my hair is wet, it just makes it really, really dry and staticky, and I don't really know what it is about it. That I never ever use it. If I wash my hair, I will put on a really big crew neck sweater so that it's kind of like a sweatery material and not like fleece material. Last tip that I have is to never brush your hair when it's wet. You guys have heard this probably a million times, and you should not use a bristle brush on your hair when it's wet. I use a comb, and this one is from Sally Beauty Supply. It was about $3, and it is just like a white tooth comb with like a really, really long rat tail. So you start from the bottom and then you work your way to the top, and that'll just kind of make combing your hair a lot easier. And I find that that just kind of works better because you're not breaking pieces of your hair. If you start at the top and you see a knot and you're stopping like that, you're just pushing the knot further and further down and tighter, which you don't want to do because it's just going to make a bigger knot and a tighter knot, and it's going to be a lot harder to get out, and you're going to end up breaking pieces off. As well as take your time. Like I know there's really not that big of a rush. I mean, what's the difference between one more minute that you're going to spend brushing your hair? If you're going to rush through it, you are going to end up breaking a lot of bristles from your hair, which isn't really good, and in the long run it's just going to hurt your own hair. Those are all the tips that I have, really. I am getting my hair cut tomorrow and I am so nervous. I know it sounds really ridiculous, but like for any of you guys that have really long hair like I do, I get like anxiety from like going to the hairdressers, especially if I'm going to get that much cut off. I am getting like about like that much cut off, which is going to be like up to like here, and I am so nervous. Like that's a really big amount for me. But yeah, I'll probably do another video on like how I got my hair and like what it looks like and like what I asked for and stuff, and I'll tell you guys if I liked it, or if I'm crying, go no I won't, I didn't like it, and I'll probably buy a wig or something. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!